Hello, wrestling fan. Why have you been going down on your grandma?
I thought Layla died.
Yeah, Rose.
I'm the scum of the
My
earth.
name is Coach.
Guy looks like a pedophile.
It's blue.
Willow.
Okay.
He played keep away with his glasses.
Literally driving us mad. Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. Technical issues be damned. I am Andy Block, and with me as always, Steve Dunn.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, it's just basically this past weekend my computer decided to break on me, so I'm still getting used to everything. So if I sound like I'm derping, it's because I don't really know how my microphone's working, and it seems like everything I say is a second later than it should be. So I'm getting a bit confused.
Why do you listen to yourself?
Because my microphone derps, and by listening to myself, I know when it derps. If that makes sense. It doesn't. It does in my head, but it doesn't to the people.
Moving on, with me as always, is Keelan Bolton.
Wait,
Hello.
hang on. Not as always. He wasn't here the last episode.
Fine, with me sometimes, on occasion, Keelan Bolton.
Hello. That's the Suplah originals, bitches.
Yeah!
Together again.
In a big... No, I won't say that. Never mind.
Cookie.
In a
Awkward
big
stuff.
cookie.
It's always good.
It's like, we're like a big cookie.
With 3 chocolate chips.
Okay, so we're basically a giant shit cookie.
The worst cookie in the world.
Come on, speaking of things.
Speaking of things, WWE have apologized for the Russian flag incident. Thanks to John, apparently, going to Keelan, pointing this out.
Good old John.
Good
What
old
up,
John.
John?
Thanks, John.
WWE. Cheers, mate, thanks. WWE have issued an apology for the angle on Raw where the Big Show pulled down the Russian flag. WWE state, we at WWE would like to apologize to the Russian people for the incident on Monday Night Raw that could have been construed as disrespect for their nation's flag. It doesn't seem like there were any complaints, as this was a preemptive apology, or maybe even a move to get heat. Speaking of Raw, the show drew an average audience of 4.040 million viewers, up from last week's 3.879 million number.
So basically 4 million.
Well, I should have just said that. Yeah, really, yeah.
So on average, it was 4 million.
Is
Yeah.
Raw even broadcast in Russia?
Probably yes.
They've probably got the network, haven't they? Unlike us.
Everyone has a network.
Oh, the network is delayed. It makes me so angry. Fuck these people. And there's rumours, right? There's rumours because this works so well in Canada that they're gonna fucking do it as a TV thing. That's like going 5 steps forward and about 1,000,000 steps backwards, right? The future is not television. It's what we're on now, damn it! You can get the internet on your fucking TV now. God's sake! I'm not paying Rupert Murdoch any more fucking money. You can go suck my dick.
Will Sky say they've not heard anything? It might not necessarily be Sky if it is a channel. I don't know what other channel it could be. Challenge TV, maybe? I don't know.
The problem is that WWE over here in the UK is basically on a subscription service anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like the network, but it's on Sky Sports, funnily enough, when it's not sport. But anyway, I digress. It's on Sky Sports. And because it's on a subscription service, I think that's what's kind of throwing a spanner in the works in a way, if that makes sense. Because... What were you going to say?
No, go on. I'll make my point in a minute.
Well, it's just... I think it's a little bit more complicated than going up and up, fuck the UK. I think maybe it's to do with Sky.
Well, I think there's certain... They already have a contract with Sky, right? Which means... I think they've still got 4 years left. They only recently signed this deal.
Yeah.
So Sky still has the rights to the pay-per-view.
But why did they sign this deal if they knew they were going to have the network?
Because they're idiots.
Because
It
Sky
doesn't make
probably give
sense.
them a large chunk of money,
Just throwing money at them. Always
making
works.
it rain.
As long as the only way I see it is as long as they don't like have live Raw on the network, I think they might be okay. Because like NXT isn't live and main event isn't live on TV. So, in theory, it should be okay. Because I'm
I don't think
presuming
it's that. I think it's a legal thing. In all honesty, I do think it's a legal thing. I think it's just that the problem is Sky itself is a subscription service. Sky Sports is a subscription service,
Yeah.
and the subscription service within the sort of whatever subscription service is
Exception.
like, it's yeah, basically subscriptionception is that it's like Sky Sports box office. That's where you have to pay.
That's the pay-per-view. Like, there's
Yeah, but you get what I
half
mean. It's
of
like,
them are on box office, aren't they, or something? And
I think
yeah, but you
most
get what I
of
mean.
them
It's
are on
like,
box office now.
yeah, but it's a subscription service within a subscription service, and
What
I
a
think,
rip-off Sky is.
yeah, to be fair,
What a rip-off.
and I think that might be what kind of throws it in the spanner, because if WWE has their own channel, would it be through Sky? Would they have to do it independently? If they did it independently, maybe you'd have to charge for the channel itself.
But
I mean, I know Netflix over here, you can get it on Virgin Media. It's a channel on Virgin Media, and
you know
it
what the
works.
simple
It's like
answer is? The simple answer is just put it online.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the thing is as
There
well,
you go.
Netflix exists, but you don't see like feckin' Rupert Murdoch suing Netflix. Like you can get Netflix on anything, and they have the same, most of like the same TV shows that are
Ah.
played on Sky.
Wait, no, hang on.
Are you sure?
The Netflix we have in the UK is
Shit.
not the same Netflix we have in America.
Yeah, I know,
What?
but you can still watch things like Scrubs, which is on Sky Television.
Screw-ups.
But I'm using an example. You like
Yeah,
Catfish.
The
what I mean
Vampire
is, again,
Diaries.
no, for what I mean is like for legal reasons, some programs that are on the American Netflix can't be on this one, and maybe it would be again the same issue. So, if they did do that, then maybe there would be a completely different WWE network for the UK compared to the US, and that's even more money. They can't just copy and paste it.
Depends what Sky's contract states. Like,
Yeah, and nobody really knows what that is.
And why would you sign any deal if you knew you were going to do this? This is like the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard any major organization do. Ever.
Well,
Like
apparently-
if you knew long term down the road you were going to release this network, why in the love of God would you like just stall for a while? Be like, yeah, can we do this in a month? Can we just renew for a month? Yeah, is that good? Because if Spike TV and TNA can do that until December, then why in the name of God couldn't they do that with Sky? With WWE?
apparently, though, like, England is WWE's second biggest market in terms of how much people spend on the product. People buying pay-per-views, merchandise, and all that shit. It might be that they just get so much money from Sky that they're worried that if they move it over to the network or something, it's just going to fuck everything up. Because I mean, we already saw that in America. Like, they didn't reach the projections that they wanted to. So maybe they're worried that they're going to fuck over their second biggest market and they're going to be screwed.
Whoops.
But I mean, I can't see how that could happen. If you offer us a cheaper deal than to buy all the pay-per-views every year, I would guarantee you people would phone up Sky tomorrow and be like, please cancel this and get onto the network and be on Netflix like everyone else.
Sky is a piece of shit, though. Like,
It is. It's like
if you want to watch WWE, it's like you've got to pay for all this football shit. It's like, god damn it.
I don't have.
Yeah, that's
Sky
the thing. It's
anymore.
kind of an all or nothing. Like you either go right, I'll have everything, including shitty cricket, just so I can watch John Cena be yet another person.
It's an absolute rip-off. It's a total and utter rip-off, right? If you have BT and you have a BT broadband package, you get their sports thing for free. You can watch UFC pay-per-view for free. That's why they're better. That's why UFC is bigger. That's why TNA is bigger over here. Because they give
No,
shit
TNA is
away.
only bigger because they're on a Freeview channel.
Well, that's my point. They give things away for free. WWE are the idiots that are like, you must pay extra on top of extra and extra. What the fuck? Why?
Well, this is the thing. I remember also about 10 years ago. But I remember about 10 years ago, WWE would offer, I think, 8 pay-per-views over here for free. Everything else you had to pay for. But now, every single event you have to pay. and it's like fucking £15 for
Is it
something like
every
Night of
single one?
Champions.
I don't think it's every single one.
Oh, I believe so.
No,
At least
it's
it was last time I checked.
it's changing to every single one. At least I think in the next year, it's every single.
Well, that's not going to do Sky any
So you have to
favors.
pay. So get this right. So you have to pay to watch Raw and SmackDown and Main Event and NXT and all that. And then on top of that, you have to pay to watch the pay-per-views. Even in America, they get Raw for free. We have to pay to watch it legally, anyway.
Sky is just absolute toss. It really is. It's crap.
It's funny because I had Be There Internet, and then Sky bought Be There Internet. So now I'm on Sky Internet, but I've got no Sky TV. So every day they ring me and say, "Do you want Sky TV? We'll give you this deal where you pay £1 million and you get Sky TV." That's not a deal. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I don't give a shit if I can't watch Sky 1, Sky 2, and Sky shit. I don't give a damn. Fuck.
But it's
God,
alright because
Sky.
torrents exist.
No, it's not even. It's not even that. It's just if if these guys can offer a free package. Anyway, I feel bad for any American person listening to this, so we're gonna move on to Canada, or kind of America. Fuck it. Is Chris Jericho coming back sooner
But
than?
we didn't talk about the whole Russia flag incident.
Oh, well, fucking.
We did kind of. Like, who cares?
Well,
Like,
I think it's ironic that they issued an apology to Russia in being worried that they could potentially be offended when
I think
you look at what
Ukraine
Russia's
and
actually doing
Russia
in real
have
life.
problems.
Well, no, another point
Russia
is,
has a
if
lot of
Russia
issues.
was going to be offended, they would already be offended that you've got this stupid stereotypical
If Russia was
Russian
offended,
character.
If Russia was offended, they'll probably invade. Let's be honest.
And why would anyone give a toss? Like, it's a shit angle. It's a crap storyline. It's just everything's crap about it. So why should anyone care?
Including us. Speaking of not caring,
Chris Jericho might be back sooner than expected. It looks like that Chris Jericho will be back in the WWE sooner than expected because... Shut up, right? This is how I lay out the script, okay? If you have a problem with it, you do it every week.
Has
You jerk off.
people noticed that the way Andy reads the news is
He
just
reads
amazing?
the headline, and then...
Chris Jericho might be returning. Recently revealed Chris Jericho might be returning to WWE in the next few months.
It's like a BBC.
Wow, really?
We've been doing this for 6 years, and now, today, of all bloody days, you decide, that's hilarious. Shut up. So,
Shut up.
he's... Airpo. Right. He's being advertised for the European tour in November.
That's about it, yeah.
So... Thanks, guys. Right.
Wait, is anybody going to this thing that we know or anything?
This what was it? European tour?
It's the London and all that
Just
shit.
said it.
I wasn't paying attention to be fair.
Brilliant! Oh, great! So I read this shit, and you take the piss, and then when I read it, you don't fucking listen!
I just switch off.
Jericho's return, though, was a complete flop.
Right.
We've
Like,
been doing this a lot, actually, with a lot of people coming back. Look at Batista. Let's be honest, his return just fell flat on his face. Completely.
I don't... He's doing another movie, though, isn't he?
He's, well, I mean,
He's
look
doing
at the
lots of
success of
movies.
Guardians.
Well, yeah. But, I mean... They just don't know how to use these people. They really don't. Like, they bring people back and expect... They either do one of two things. One, they bring them back and make them a really big deal and then nobody cares and they wish that they would go away. Or two, they bring them back, put somebody, put someone over with them who is complete shit, and that's all they've done for the past year. So that's why Fandango is crap. That's why Bray Wyatt has gone completely down the shitter. That's why everyone that they're trying to put over has now failed because they can't use any of these people properly. If you're going to bring in part-timers, please use them properly, and if you can't use them, then don't use them anymore.
do you know what I think the problem was with the Chris Jericho feud? And I know this might sound backwards, but I think it's because Jericho does his own promos. And when he returned, he just had nothing to say. There was no hook to anything he was doing. It was just kind of, a light version of what he did years ago, just trying to pump the crowd up and be like, Roy's Jericho, yeah. There wasn't much to the story. Like, it never really got going. It's just like, save us, Chris. No.
I don't understand like anything that Jericho's done. Like when he did that feud with Punk, that was fine, and then after that, I don't know what is his purpose. I don't get it.
Yeah, what has he been doing? Really, let's be honest.
I don't
What
even
has
know.
he really been doing?
I've been keeping up with this stuff, and I don't know.
Well, he always wanted to come back to put people over. He said he'd be fine doing that as long as it was with someone that was worth it, like Bray Wyatt. I just don't think it was. I don't think creative or maybe Jericho or someone just didn't put the effort in because
It didn't go as well as they
it
expected.
just wasn't interesting.
And that's the thing,
Jericho
at the end
won
of the
the
day, it's
first
got
match.
to be interesting. If it's not interesting, then no one really cares.
Speaking of people that no one cares, because they decided to keep chanting CM Punk. And there was this controversy during Raw because there were CM Punk chants during last night's Raw from Chicago. So much so that
Last night, it's Wednesday, you mong.
I keep thinking it's Tuesday.
Yeah, because you're a mong.
Mongs just look ugly. It's got nothing to do with intelligence.
It still applies,
Yeah,
mate.
don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Anyway, moving on. So that Stephanie responded on camera by calling Punk a quitter and suggesting that the audience were also quitters. CM Punk signs were also removed from fans in the audience.
Yeah, I wrote on like in a little thing. I don't get WWE because they still. It's like they acknowledge him, they don't acknowledge him. We'll remove signs, but we'll talk about him on the show. It's like, stop messing around with the fans. Just leave them alone.
At
But
the end of the
even
day,
so-
most of the fans, we're not like 20 years ago. Most of the fans know, like they go online and read stuff, so people know that he's left. So why sort of cock teasers like that? Just be open and honest and go, yeah, CM Punk did leave.
But,
So,
but,
yeah,
but
who
like,
gives a shit? Let's move on.
But like Stephanie in an interview with WGN Chicago, she was basically there to promote Raw and the annual Susan G. Komen campaign. She basically was asked about CM Punk, and she said this: CM Punk is an incredible character, and we've had a lot of fun with him. And who knows what the future holds? It's this kind of shit that makes people chant CM Punk and think, oh, maybe he's coming back.
Yeah,
He's
and
never
now,
coming back.
now
When
we've
she
had
goes on
Jim
Raw-
Ross. We've had Jim Ross and Mick Foley write blogs about him returning at WrestleMania.
He's never
The thing
coming
is,
back.
Then she goes on Raw. She goes on Raw and she goes on about, oh, people quitting jobs when it gets tough, and making clear sort of hints that she's aiming that speech at CM Punk.
It's the reality era, brother.
But it's stupid.
Because if you're just gonna go on TV or radio or whatever the fuck this thing is, and then like say CM Punk is brilliant, I wish he would come back. Like, what's the fucking why? What do you want? Okay, are you some kind of schizophrenic? Like, fuck, tell me what you want.
The thing is,
She's-
what it sounds
she's
like,
young,
what
Stephanie.
it sounds like, is that publicly, when they do interviews, they don't want to badmouth CM Punk in case he comes back. They want to keep positive. Also, it looks bad on a company if they just go, yeah, well, Phil was a twat. Yeah.
They did that. They did that with Stone Cold.
Hang on, I'm going to get to that in a minute.
Different
Okay.
era.
Publicly, they don't want to do that. It makes the company look bad, it burns bridges, and they don't want to do that. So at the end of the day, CM Punk's a massive name, okay?
So
Pe- Well, then you've got to remember on Raw they are playing a character. I'm not quite sure what kind of character, but they're playing a character. And they're
boring.
playing this boring character. But they're playing this authority where they're trying to get heat. So if the crowd's chanting CM Punk, of course they're going to go, yeah, well, CM Punk's a twat.
But to me, then you don't go and remove the signs because
Yeah,
okay,
that's
even
where it starts
that
getting complicated.
may draw heat. But WWE have done so many things recently with signs. I know each story people try and defend it like, oh, the people were drunk, oh, the sign was being held up in front of people. WWE always has fucking signs. Why is it now a problem? And just because, like, oh, it says Macho Man, he's dead. We can't have that on the camera because people.
Oh, Kings of Wrestling, that's not WWE related. Get rid of it.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, even if you saw those signs, you're not going to care. It's not going to change your opinions about what you're watching. If it's shit, it's shit. If it's good, it's good. You don't.
Well, I tell you what, I was watching that Shawn Michaels Undertaker match, but it was that Undertaker poster saying 22-0 that really fucking did it for me. That was what sealed the deal. That's what made it match of the year. It was that sign in the background. No one ever says that.
If there was a Suplah sign, then.
Okay, yeah, if there was a Suplah sign, then of course it'd be match of the year.
I
mean, everyone would agree to that.
Yes, but this just seems really
paranoid. To me, it comes across as paranoid.
It's control. It's controlling. It's control freak.
Flip fucking floppity. Doesn't make any sense.
Look, either WWE.
Take a stance.
Okay,
they're worried. They're basically worried that their product is shit, and they know it's shit, and they just want to protect it.
Look, there's a certain line. Of course, if there's something offensive, if there's swearing, then I get that. That needs to be gone because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, it's a family thing, right? But if somebody puts Cesaro King of Wrestling, just because he was in a stable in his indie days that called Kings of Wrestling, no one, even if you are a WWE fan, and you probably won't really understand that because you didn't watch him in the indies. Who gives a shit? And you know what? For those who did watch him in the indies, that's a nice little Easter egg.
But I don't think... Why does it matter?
That's the thing. Why does it matter?
Who gives a shit?
And you know what? If someone in the front row has a CM Punk sign, you know how to draw heat? Grab the sign and rip it up. That could actually help the character get heat. They can make the heel get over more. If Triple H really wanted to be a heel, have someone in the front row with a CM Punk sign, and he just goes over and rips it up.
Yeah, and then people bring a million signs, and they can rip them all up, and there'll be like a riot. But we can't do that anymore because it's not the 70s, and guns are legal.
But you get what I mean? Like, there's controlling, and I think you don't need that. Why get rid of a Cesaro sign? Who gives a shit if it's got Kings of Wrestling on it? Who's actually sat there at home thinking that shouldn't be in WWE?
Can you imagine way back when Steve Austin was starting to break out, and the Austin 316 signs came out, and the security were like, "It's too many of these signs. Can't have these signs. This is not an official catchphrase yet. Sorry." Like, be ridiculous.
This is the thing, and this is why I think WWE is having a lot of problems, and it's because they're not allowing the same things that made bigger stars in the past to happen again.
What was it that I said last week? Oh yeah, it's the only fucking company on the planet that's run by the consumer effectively, because it's the customer that basically gives you your profit. It's the customer that gives you your views. It's the customer that gives you your fucking ratings. And howdy hey, you're the only bloody thing on earth that doesn't actually listen to the customer. So congratulations, well done, guys. Bravo. No, seriously, Steph. No, seriously, no, really, no, good one. Yeah, Hunter, Paul. Yeah, well done. Brilliant. And Vince. Oh, Vince McMahon, damn it. No, yeah, great, good one.
But they had a bunny and an alligator, and
that's fucking brilliant.
Fucking
Kevin Dunn, you're the fucking greatest.
And they were celebrating with Jesse Jackson. What the?
Of all people.
I don't understand. Was that almost? It almost seemed like they were mocking him, like taking the piss. Like, we got this political guy here, and we're gonna put a bunny next to him, and we're gonna have the camera on him for longer, so it makes him look awkward.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's Brock Lesnar's thing there.
That's what I do. Don't ever do that again. So, I just... Stupid. Speaking of stupid, well, WWE fucked up with the imposter Sting on a DVD cover. What is assumed to be an error by WWE features a photo of the infamous imposter, NWO Sting, on the back of the Best of Sting DVD that was released. That Sting was played by... Oh, God.
Jesus.
By death.
That Sting was played by Jeff Farmer as a part of a WCW storyline. LOL.
Well, they said that it's not a mistake, that that was meant to happen because apparently that was a really big important part of the Sting.
Well, they still
Era.
apologised and changed it.
Yes.
So, stick to your guns or admit you were wrong.
It's an error because it's not Sting.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Stupid.
I'm not going to buy the DVD anyway, so I don't really care.
Because, yeah, if you buy that DVD, you're like, what's he been doing since 2001? Who the hell knows?
He's been in a magical time vortex of nothingness.
He's been in exile. That's what they said about Goldberg.
They should just
Returning
say
from exile.
they
Like
should
some kind
just
of
say he had
political
like
prisoner.
some kind of mental problem and went a bit wacky for a few years because he was the Joker, wasn't he? So
Oh God, don't remind me of that angle. I forgot that even happened until now.
I'm gonna wear a T-shirt and paint my face slightly stranger.
I mean, like, okay, Vince Russo. This is the genius of Vince Russo. So The Dark Knight comes out in 2008. 2 years later, he thinks, let's go and rip it off by making a Joker character. 2 years after, like, that's like fucking
Right.
doing it. That's like creating a stable now and calling it the Avengers. So
Sons
fucking-
of Anarchy was in season 6, maybe 5 or 6. So 5 years or something after it started. Let's have a motorcycle gang angle.
Oh, fucking brilliant. That is, I mean, this is the power of Vince Russo. This is the sheer genius power. He watches old stuff and thinks, I will put it into my product and it will be amazing. And then swear.
No, that's not it at all.
That may as
Do you
well.
know
I
what-
think actually that's a conspiracy. I think that is Vince Russo, that voice.
Do you know what the trouble is with Vince Russo in the modern era?
He talks like this.
Is because he's been working full time in the wrestling business for like 20 years, he doesn't know what's cool anymore. Because he's
His
not
idea-
got time to watch it.
His idea of cool is swerve. Like, oh, you didn't see that coming? Well, I did because it's Vince Russo and I knew something was going to happen. Oh, he's a bad guy now. Oh, he's a good guy now. And now he's back to a bad guy in one night.
The Hardy Boys and the American Wolves are gonna fight for the tag belts. Oh, I don't know who's gonna win the tag team titles. Too cool. There we go, Swerve. Fucking. Ugh.
Oh, I know what will get TNA. This is him, right? New Jersey accent. I can't do it, but fuck it. Moida, right? Coffee, right? that's the extent of my New Jersey accent.
Coffee.
But he will. I'm surprised that when he was at TNA, he never did a "This Is Your Life" segment with Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle.
Why have you not recognized my New York impression? Okay, coffee.
You sound like you're saying Kofi.
It hasn't improved in 6 years.
It will never improve. Stop forcing it. But he just doesn't. His idea. He's so stuck in the 90s that it's actually quite incredible. He just he hasn't moved on at all, and I find that quite amazing.
So right, he has pyroandballyhoo.com now, where he moans about Raw, and all the fans go, "Yeah, we hate Raw too," as if that's going to have any effect on anything.
You know what this Raw needs? It needs a "This Is Your Life" segment between Brock Lesnar and John Cena.
That would
You know
actually be
what?
really good.
Paul Heyman going, Cena, this is your life. Actually, to be fair, I think I would watch that, actually.
Stop giving him ideas. Stop giving him what does Prince Devitt's new name, Finn Balor, mean? Prince Devitt's new WWE name, Finn Balor, is not just a random WWE concoction. It actually means Prince or Warrior of Death. It is drawn from the mythical Irish warrior Finn McCall, and Balor was the god of death in Irish folklore.
Is
My
it said
question
Balor or is it said Balor? Because I was worried that they're calling him Finn Balor and it's just like Sin Cara.
Finn Balor does whatever a Finn Balor does.
I could just imagine Sin Cara and Finn Balor. Tag team.
Which better
Cara
than
and Balor.
Prince Devitt. Is he actually a prince? No. Stupid name.
But my question is he still going to come out with his Venom face paint?
Probably not. No.
Ah, what's the point? Release him.
You'd have to like make it blue and less venomy.
It is kind of blue, to be fair.
What
You
colour's
can't go
Venom
back-
then? It'll make it
Venom's
pink.
black
I
and
don't know.
blue.
Apparently,
Make it
according to
pink.
Brooks, I am completely wrong.
Right.
Oh, he hasn't he does wear paint, but he doesn't. I don't know if he. I don't watch NXT. Damn it!
I'm WrestleMan, damn it! I don't watch NXT.
I'm not surprised he doesn't.
I think if his name is Finn Balor, then he needs a tag team with Sin Cara. I mean, that would be the great Finn Balor and Sin Cara.
Sin Cara.
Finn Balor, Sin Cara, best tag
I'm
team
not
in the
expecting you to use the other one. Lands on his fucking finger, then separates it because he's a dick. Ta-da!
According to
course,
Sam,
yeah,
you may have got it right the first time. It's Balor or
Balor.
I don't know. Fuck's sake.
No, Finn Balor with Sin Cara. Come on, WWE, you dropped the ball there.
Great.
That would have been the best tag team in the world.
No, it wouldn't. So Luke Harper is getting a singles push because judging from Raw, Luke Harper.
Oh my god, sorry. Luke Harper, Sin Cara. Oh, yes.
What is going on?
I'm
Vince
just,
Russo, Sin Cara.
I don't understand what
It's
you're
the
doing.
same.
No.
just no, like Luke Harper, Sin Cara. That would be a great tag team.
No, shut up.
Luke
So, judging from Raw, Luke Harper is currently in line for a singles push. What this means for the Wyatts as a whole is completely unclear. But the obvious speculation is that they will split up by WrestleMania.
No,
Oh my
no.
And
They need to keep groups together for longer.
No, but as for Bray Wyatt's cryptic tweet about a scorpion, nothing related happened on Raw, and there's certainly nothing to do with Sting. So it may not have even had any deeper meaning. So if you don't know what it is, he said this: it exists in us all. We are all the ants. Destroy the scorpion. Be heard.
Yeah, so that doesn't even make sense, does it? That's kind of like referring to the authority or something. Like Sting doesn't own us all or whatever, does he?
I don't. It's just. I think this tweet is representative of why drugs are terrible and you should never do them.
I think it's representative of spaffle cakes, personally.
Yes, exactly. You know what? I don't know how the hell I didn't get to that in the first place.
But I agree with Keelan here. I like, what is WWE's weird fit, like, fear?
Break them up.
Yeah, what is their fear? It's like they can't keep a tag team together for 2 years. Literally, think about it. When did the Wyatts debut? And when are they going to break up, apparently? It's going to be a year and a half or so. What is this initial fear that they have of a tag team being long-lasting? Could you imagine if the Dudley Boys... Oh, wait, hang on. They did kind of get broken up after about 2 years, didn't they?
Yeah, but
That's a bad example.
It was a bit longer. No, I think they debuted in like late '99.
Yeah, and then, okay, 3 years, because they broke him up the first time in 2002 because of the brand draft.
I am a priest. My name is Steve.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, my brother, testify. Please call my name. Oh, that theme song.
Exterminate. What did I say?
With Batista.
Oh, that's how Batista debuted. I forgot he debuted as Deacon Batista.
Did you listen to his? Did you listen to his podcast with Chris Jericho? Apparently, the original plan for Deacon Batista was that he was an abused child.
What?
What in the name of Jesus?
Apparently, that's why he was all angry and mean, because he was abused as a child. And I guess maybe he was abused in the church by Reverend Devon or something. I don't even know.
Stupid song.
Please call my name. I touch kids. Brilliant, Devon. Thanks.
Why
Hang
did
on,
you?
I'm just sorry. I'm sorry, but let's just talk about this, because this is the second weird origin story of a character that I've heard. Because the first being Heidenreich, apparently being a Nazi frozen in time.
That would
And
have been.
like, what is it? Who's writing this? It's clearly the same person.
But here's the thing.
What if it's all a work, right? And there never was a creative team, and there never was a Vince Russo, and it's all just
Vince McMahon.
yeah.
It's Vince McMahon, damn it.
Has anyone ever seen Capital Carnage from like Manchester in like 1999 or something?
Is that when Jacqueline got her tits out?
Yes.
That I had that on VHS and
I
paused it.
wonder why.
And basically, I don't know what that's supposed to represent, by the way. So.
And they had Vinnie Jones, didn't they?
Yeah, it was that one, right?
Brilliant.
Vince, and like the rest of the corporation came out, and they were like, "I hate England, fuck off," and all this shit.
Is that what
Oh, they
she
did a
said?
really racist
Yeah,
angle.
like this place is full of people of Pakistani extraction. I thank you very much. And
Oh
I'm like,
my god.
what the fuck, Vince? What's wrong with you?
But
You can't
the
say-
crowd booed him anyway. Poor, what the hell, Tiger Ali Singh.
Yeah, like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Times have definitely changed.
Yeah, jeez.
Anyway, where are we going with this, Andy? Where are we going with this story?
Just if you can find that video somewhere, just watch it, people, and just think how times have changed.
Basically, I'm saying that this company at times has been really bad. Just
Do you not remember hearing this story that apparently Vince McMahon himself, right? This is Vince himself, pitched the idea of an incest angle between him and Stephanie.
He was going to be the father of her child.
Yes.
wasn't he gonna do that with like Paul Burchill and Katie Lee Burchill as well?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was the
Oh,
original
God.
idea, that they were going to be in. They were brother and sister, but it
If
was.
I'm Shane McMahon, I'm thinking, what's my dad doing this for?
That's why he's
Vince's fetishes are coming out on TV. I'm telling you.
very strange. I'm very not
Like,
happy.
This is
about
the thing. But I'm glad that neither of those storylines made it onto screen. But the fact that they were even thought of is incredibly worrying.
How desperate for ideas must you be? Like,
If you think I'm going to have an incest angle, great.
wow. Well,
How do you move on from that, like, later on when they become friends again? Like,
I thought you meant in life.
oh, in life as well,
I thought
really.
that was
It's
the
all
show.
weird.
I don't know, Keelan. I've never been in that position.
No, but even acting it is weird.
Both
isn't it?
physically and figuratively. I've never been in that position.
Let's just move on.
okay, if we can, because now we have to talk about this. Mickey James and Magnus welcome a baby son. Congrats to Mickey James and Magnus, who are now parents of a baby son, Donovan
Yep, you said that.
Adias.
Donovan, what?
Patrick Adias.
Aldous.
Aldis. Bit like Aldi's,
No.
but not really. Or Adidas.
Aldous.
No, it's not.
I think it's really weird because Magnus is from King's Lynn, and now he's like with Mickey James. It just
Hey,
seems
shows
strange to me.
anything can
King's Lynn's like up the road.
It is.
Anything can
You could
happen,
stick
anything
in
can happen.
Now. I don't want to. 'Cause
There's still hope, Andy. You can like get with
Mickey James, apparently.
Great
No,
Khali
can't-
or something.
with who?
Great Khali.
No! Why?
Imagine,
No!
imagine the size difference.
Fucking, that'd be hilarious.
Just me standing next to the guy would be the funniest fucking thing on earth.
Yep, yep.
Like,
Yeah.
hello, Great Khali. Sorry, I can't fucking hear you from up here.
just sound like- What?
I can't hear you. It's really windy up here.
No,
I
it's more like-
said give sing the program to free.
What are you saying? I don't know myself.
Not okay.
Yeah, and if he
Oh,
never says double takes, I would like jump up in the air and be like, yeah, Great Khali's awesome.
Also, they need to stop putting Carly on Raw in live segments where he doesn't know what's going on.
He can
How has he
barely
got a
speak
job
any
still?
English. Him.
How has
He
still
can't
got a job?
barely walk. Just fucking fire him. And give him a load of money so that he can have operations on his legs so he can actually fucking walk instead of wrestle and take bumps, for Christ's sake.
It's hilarious. But going back to our
Fuck.
original point, someone's phone's going off. Professionalism.
Hello?
Speaking of,
I'm doing a show right now.
oh, fucking brilliant! He's on the phone.
It's only you, Liam.
Shh. Wait, I want to hear this conversation. Breaking news.
What's actually happening?
I don't know. Live.
Is TNA Impact moving to WGN?
I don't know what to tell you.
What?
This is the greatest thing ever.
Wait, what's happening?
Did it change to? Did you press source?
This is so weird.
Okay, bye.
What's going on?
Did you hear my sister being a fail?
Yes, incredibly so. And so did the whole world.
What's happening?
She changed the channel and didn't know what she was doing.
I love how you have to stop the show to actually tell your sister how to work the television. Fuck the Suplah. My sister needs me. I must go now.
Back to my home planet.
Back to my home in general. Oh my god. But going back to the Mickey James thing quickly before Andy goes and plows through the news as quickly as he fucking does.
Well,
Andy, have you noticed? Andy does the news quicker than he has a wank. It's amazing. But anyway,
What?
Mickey James. I saw Mickey James
Wait,
at
what?
Comic-Con in summer. I saw Mickey James at the Comic-Con in summer in London, and she did not look pregnant.
Oh, what's going on?
I think this is a publicity stunt. Unless I see pictures of the
Oh no,
kid,
it's a TNA angle.
So it's an, oh my god, it is, because she wasn't pregnant when at MCM London Comic Con.
How many
Not
months
MCM,
ago?
it was London Film
Was she
Comic Con.
sitting down?
That's not the point, Keelan.
Well, that's
Oh,
kind of
right.
where the belly goes.
Yes.
That's not the point, Keelan.
It kind of is the point.
It's not the point, though.
Do you even understand how pregnancy works?
Yeah, well, okay. This
When
is how
mummy and daddy love each
no,
other
this
very
is what it
much.
is, right? So what you do, right? You basically you stick it inside her, slap her titties round some, pull it out, and then pee on her leg.
And you wonder why you're single.
That's how it's always worked for me.
So you just pee on people's legs and it gets you off.
It gets them off. What's going on?
Get them off, Keelan. What are you on about, mate? Yeah, you've made this awkward, Keelan. You've
No,
made
no,
this awkward.
I just did.
No, you've made this
You
awkward.
made no
We're moving
mention
on.
of the life-giving spaff.
No, you've made this awkward, mate.
Urine is not spaff.
You've made this awkward, mate.
Exactly. I agree with Keelan here.
I agree with myself. I think it's just gone awkward because of Keelan. I think Keelan's made this weird. Right, let's move on.
Yep, so moving on. Yeah, that's a good segue because Impact could be moving on to WGN. One network that is reportedly in talks with TNA about broadcasting is WGN America, the former home of WWE superstars. Jason Hervey of Bischoff Hervey Entertainment, who still
Hervey.
produce Impact. What?
It sounds like you're trying to say the word Harvey.
No,
You
that
just
is
add-
actually his name. It's just a strange name.
Hervey.
Yeah, Hervey.
It rhymes with pervy. Pervy Hervey.
And Scurvy.
Pervy Hervey Scurvy.
And
Leprechaun.
Derpy.
Derpy. I
Oh
love
my God. Derpy Hervey.
herpes. No, that's not. No.
What?
And Herpy.
Herpes.
And
Anyway,
Slurpy.
I thought his
right,
name was
shut up! They may have teased this with a picture on Twitter stating, with the caption stating, sorry, WGN America,
Brilliant.
big things happening, big news coming soon.
It'll probably just be a reality show about Eric Bischoff's beer or something.
So, yeah.
I think a slightly more important topic is to talk that Josh Matthews has jumped to TNA.
Yes! The former WWE announcer Josh Matthews is now with TNA, and it's not clear what? It's not clear when
Brilliant.
he'll debut on camera, but there is a picture of him floating around, of him out. He's not actually floating around. That would just be weird. Like,
Fuck you,
hello, I'm
Gravity.
floating around a cloud outside the TNA offices in Nashville. I'm Josh Matthews. Hello.
I'm Josh Matthews, and I can tell you to fuck off, Gravity.
Josh Matthews.
So yeah, there's a picture going around of him outside TNA's HQ in Nashville. So
Now, I don't know,
Get ahead.
this seemed to have happened between the time period that I wasn't here, but why was he gone? Why was he fired?
Because WWE are stupid.
Cutting the budget.
Bad budget. You will know what I always found funny, right? He was in, I think it was the very first Tough Enough, wasn't
yeah.
it?
And he was
And
really
he
good.
was- He was the longest lasting Tough Enough contestant they've ever had. Tough Enough 1 was what, 2001?
Yeah.
And he made it to 2014. That's 13 years with the company. What happened to Maven?
He put on a bit
Fine.
of Maven.
Maven.
Mini Rock.
Those eyebrows, bro. Didn't
That's
he,
not Maven.
but that's so Maven, yeah. But didn't he eliminate the Undertaker in a Royal Rumble once?
Yep, and the Undertaker beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
The end.
pretty much. Yeah,
Maven-
it was kind of like, you remember when Bo Dallas eliminated Wade Barrett? It was kind of like that, but on a bigger
No,
scale
not, really,
because it's the
not at
Undertaker.
all. That's literally nothing like that at all.
I was going to say something. Now I can. Now it's Maven.
It's Maven.
But
Well, just
what
think
were we
about it.
talking about?
Just think
Josh
about it though.
Josh Matthews. That's the one.
But think about it. What does it say if the winner of Tough Enough, which was Maven and I believe Nydia as well, or was she the second one? No, I think Maven was the one and only winner, wasn't he?
I think. No, it wasn't a joint. Was it a joint win? No, I don't know.
I think it was just Maven. I think Nydia was the second one because she won it with a black girl who never debuted.
And there was Chris Nowinski and some other geezers.
But it says a lot that the most successful Tough Enough contestant was somebody who didn't win, and two, was given the position of an announcer.
Did he ever actually have a match on
He
WWE TV?
He did. I think it was against JBL, ironically enough. Yeah, because he was BFFs with Booker T at the time. Booker T. And Booker T was going,
What?
Booker T was going for the WWE.
It's not South African.
But he
That's
had
not
that.
South African. South African sounds like Australian.
No, it doesn't.
I
How
am
did you
doing
get to that?
Nigerian. I am doing Nigerian. And
He's
eat
not
the poo-poo.
Nigerian either. He's from
They eat that
fucking
poo-poo.
Harlem.
They eat that poo poo.
No.
They
No, Liam.
lick it like an ice cream.
Although I know what he's referencing because Booker T, for some unknown reason, this is probably a Russo idea, but like, he like literally just started talking like he was from fucking Africa for some reason. I
When?
don't know why. He's born in fucking New York.
He's from Brooklyn or Houston.
He's from Harlem. How in the Christ, like he talks like any American person from New York fucking city. He talks like the fucking guy that was writing this shit.
When
the
did
guy's
this
from
happen?
fucking New York.
What
This
year?
was when he was part of the Main Event Mafia, wasn't it?
Yes,
And they
he
gave
came-
him the TNA Legends Championship.
I
Yes.
think, to be honest, I think that was just because they let Booker T do what he wants, and he went insane.
Oh, wait a minute.
He
Wait a
became
minute, Vince. I
Black
have an
Snow.
idea. Oh, wait a minute now. I'm going to put on a Nigerian accent. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, Michael Cole. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What has this turned into?
Wait a minute. Is Austin Aries' contract expiring? Austin Aries is reportedly the latest TNA star whose contract is expiring. He's not booked for the UK tour in January, so fuck you, UK, which would suggest that his deal is up by the end of the year. TNA's current policy is to offer talents considerably less than their previous deals, or simply pay them per appearance. Aries is one of those names that could most likely make more money on the independent scene and in Japan.
You know what? I would find it incredibly ironic if he signed a deal with WWE and debuted as Jacob Cass.
who?
Wait a minute! I've seen
Wait a
this
minute.
Cass before! Michael! I've seen this Jacob Cass before! Michael! And Michael's just like, my name isn't Michael Cole. Oh, I'm gonna snap if I talk about the network anymore. 999 fucking 9!
Oh, they totally need to give Michael Cole a shoot, like a pipe bomb, where he just
Oh my god,
spits
you know
it
what I
out.
love that? He's just be like, no more! I don't give a wank about your network anymore, I'm done. That's what they should have done. They should have turned him heel. They should have just saved it, and then Cole's just like, no more! Fuck off! I'm not doing this! Fuck the network! Literally, they should have just done that.
The next week on Raw, you just see him smearing feces on the walls in the arena. Just
it
writing
just says,
999 and shit.
999 could suck my dick. That's basically all it needs to say. Oh my god, we'd be the best thing ever. Please,
But-
please book these things. These are the things we want to see.
Then
Mike
they
Cole's
could-
going insane.
They could sell it like, if the more people that buy the network, the crazier Michael Cole gets.
Yes, yes. We're geniuses. Stop saying 999. Do that. Do that.
That's probably what they would have done in the Attitude Era.
Michael Cole goes
but-
insane.
But Keelan, well, he nearly got raped by Heidenreich. Let's not forget that one.
We don't need to bring that up ever again.
But Keelan, do you not know what I'm referencing with the whole Jacob Cass thing?
No.
Did you not play WWE 12?
In a minute!
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
I think I did, but maybe not.
Because there's in the Road to WrestleMania, you play as a created character, and Austin
it's-
Aries was the voice.
Oh.
That's why that was the joke. Laugh at it, Keelan. What the fuck was that?
Sounds like the noise that I make when I have really bad constipation.
That sounded like one of those really pervy old men when he sees like a girl. He's like,
You mean you?
I'm not old though, mate. I'm not old.
You're older than 15-year-olds are.
Yeah, but I'm talking like a 60-year-old man.
I don't want to talk about any of this.
Anyway, so Jeff Jarrett has partnered with New Japan Pro Wrestling on pay-per-view. Jeff Jarrett has partnered with New Japan Pro Wrestling to bring
Oh,
their...
you don't say.
Oh, will you? We've been doing this for 6 years.
This is good news. Get on with it.
So, yeah, this is fantastic news because they're bringing the annual Tokyo Dome event in January to United States audiences on pay-per-view for the first time, and hallelujah, praise the Lord, this will be branded as a Global Force Wrestling event with English announcing, and it's becoming increasingly clear that rather than just having a standard promotion, Global Force Wrestling will be a platform to showcase promotions all over the world under one banner. Hallelujah, they know what they're doing now. Da, 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 da.
Fucking brilliant.
And Jim Ross says he wants to announce for New Japan, so that kind of means he could end up calling that pay-per-view.
Yes, this is the best thing ever, right? The best way.
It's kind of like LOL TNA, screw your like little Wrestle One Bound for Glory thing. We'll just go for the big one.
You heard about the card for that? Oh god, it looks like complete shit. Do
Go
people
over it, go over
spoil?
it.
Do people?
Is it Sonata in every match?
So Sonata is your main event. It's like Sonata and James Storm against the Great Muta and someone else.
The Great Muta at this stage is Hulk Hogan. They can't walk.
Like Meltzer went through the card and it looks like the worst thing in history.
And you know what makes me laugh though? You know what makes me laugh? Apparently, backstage, this is what I've read online. Apparently, even TNA is pretty much not giving a crap about Bound for Glory. This is their WrestleMania, and even they're being a bit about it. Like, I think that says a lot about a company when it's their big event of the year, and even they just don't really give a shit.
And they don't get... That's sad. It's so sad that they... Why then did they think it'd be a fucking brilliant idea to do your biggest pay-per-view in Japan? The time zone alone is like how many fucking hours?
I think part of it actually is to save money because apparently all TNA have to pay for is the talent that they send to Japan, and Wrestle One are doing all the promoting and all the filming and everything else. So it's basically like we can't even afford to do our best pay-per-view of the year, so we'll let these guys do it for us.
I think that says a lot.
It's beyond a joke now. I'm sick of this.
It says a lot about the company when they do that. It really does.
And Wrestle One is not a successful promotion in Japan. It's new. It's about the size of any other indie fed in the world. Like, it's basically the TNA of Japan.
Brilliant.
Great. And here's what just speaks volumes, right? TNA has been around for what 12, 13 years? I don't know.
2002, so 12 years. Yeah, 12 years.
Whatever. So they can't even get a deal with the second largest promotion in the promotion. Fuck it, the second largest company in the world, and the largest company in Japan, which is New Japan. But Global Force, which until now I've been complaining like, what do you have? You have nothing. It's only been around since what, the beginning of this year. They can somehow reach a deal with New Japan and TNA can't. What the fuck?
It just goes to show that Jeff Jarrett is actually someone that people want to do business with because he's his family's been in the business all these years. He's got loads of connections. People trust him more than this woman with lots of money from daddy. Like,
But that's not even the case anymore because they're just like, we can't spend this money anymore. Like, what? You fucking what? 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 And the only thing I'll
careful,
say
don't
now
stop.
about Global Force is I take everything back, and I take everything back because this is actually the greatest idea I've ever heard in my life. Essentially, what Jeff Jarrett is doing is creating a territory system again, just like in the
On a
good old
global scale.
days. Yeah, the National Wrestling Alliance is fucked. It's beyond dead. I don't know how. Is it still? Does it still exist?
The belt does still exist.
What
I know that.
happened?
Right, I don't know.
Someone
But
bought. Someone bought like the NW. Something happened where it's changed hands, and now everyone that was in the NWA is like, fuck it.
brilliant. So that's done. So essentially, the only way that anyone will ever compete with Vince again is not to create your own company, because now we have learnt that that doesn't work. It
Look at
doesn't
yeah.
matter if you keep losing millions upon millions every month, but you still put in millions and millions again. It doesn't matter. It doesn't work. The only way that collectively you can beat Vince is like what I just said. You can only collectively do it and get as many people
But do
on
you
board as
do you
possible.
actually think that in today's world, it's a very different world to the 60s and 70s? Do you actually think that something like a global NWA can actually work?
If
The
they
world is
have a
connected
TV
now than ever.
show that they just showcase, you know, the different promotions that have signed up to it, give maybe each one a match every so often or something, I don't know, and you have a GWF champion that travels around all the different uh, companies that sign up to it. At least then you have a real world champion as well that
And, th-
actually.
and of course this would work. The world has never been more connected than ever before. Like, this isn't the 1970s, for Christ's sake. Like, the internet exists. Anything that happens in the world,
You're missing the
the
obvious
instant...
thing, though. You're missing the obvious thing.
What's that?
It's not exactly cheap flying from America to Japan constantly. And
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they
know very many people who'd want to do it.
that's the point. It's not like that, is it? Japan just sends them a tape and they put it through their.
No, no, hang on. If you're talking about one, like a bunch of companies coming together to make an NWA style
Well, you have
thing, then
one guy
sure.
that travels. That's not the same as your whole roster traveling.
And
But no,
independent
you'd have to.
wrestlers
No, 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 no.
travel
You
all the
can't. You
time.
can't just have literally the same stars in one area and just put one champion there. They'd have to
Independent
travel.
stars travel all the time.
But think about it on a global scale.
Yes. They don't travel to fucking Marsley and they fucking go from country to country. This is a thing. This exists.
I don't know if financially it would be viable.
Yeah, but no one else is paying for it. Jeff Jarrett's not paying for them to do that. He's just taking what they already do and hopefully putting it on a TV show or something.
So then it's kind of like the Fight Network again that we had a couple of years ago. Yeah, that happened, guys. Let's remember
No,
that.
not as a network, but like say he got on, I don't know, country music television. There would be a 1 hour show each week called Global Force Wrestling, and it would probably show you the champion wherever he may be defending the title. Maybe some clips from some English feds, some clips from some Japanese feds, and it's all under the GFW banner. And you can be like, "Hey, look, we're a world global
It's a
promotion."
bit. It's a bit like the British Wrestling Council here. They have a show on Challenge, right?
Right.
It was showcases all the best wrestling in Britain. Well, I think GFW or whatever the hell this thing's called would essentially be that. It would be like, I envision this though to be an actual global NWA, but whatever. I mean, it can be done because independent wrestlers fly all over the world all the time. It's a fact.
The
So
name still fucking sucks though.
yeah, the
Yes.
logo looks like complete toss. It looks like something that was created in the 90s, and he's changing probably now. Um, But like the idea of having one actual world champion because he goes all over the fucking world and defends his belt. Fair enough. He doesn't have to defend it every week. Doesn't even have to defend it every 2 weeks. Could be every month. Could be every fucking 2 months for all I care. But he just defends it all over the world. Fair enough. That would work.
I guess it's something I would have to wait and see. Personally, that's just me though.
Well, it can't be any bloody worse than TNA.
Not very much can be. But it's, yeah. Anyway, we should probably start wrapping this up.
Yes. So, there is still hope. Somehow, some way. We have to believe in Jeff Jarrett again. I have been Andy Kwan.
I have been Liam Dunn.
And I've been Keelan Balderson.
I'm going to have a shower and go to sleep.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.